Fantastic.
From TV shows like The Crown to her cameo with Paddington Bear, we showed it to you earlier, Queen Elizabeth is being celebrated for her influence and her appearances in music and in popular culture. Sir Paul McCartney joined other music greats in honoring her yesterday and overnight, tweeting, "God bless Queen Elizabeth II. May she rest in peace. Long live the King." Gayle spoke with Sir McCartney earlier this year about his meeting with the Queen at the height of Beatlemania.
Did you ever dream of meeting her or even think that it would be a possibility?
No.
Yeah, of course not.
Because, we're just working class boys, and she's the Queen. So there's an ocean or two between us. So I never thought I would until we became the Beatles.
Yeah.
And we got rather famous.
Yeah, rather. This queen was clearly in tune with these times. Her Majesty understood these musical ambassadors were the hottest British export since Shakespeare. She was criticized for it, but in 1965, the Queen made them the first rock stars to be honored at Buckingham Palace.
And your big swanky car pulls through the palace gates, and you're inside.
So what were you told to do?
So you're told to not shake her hand, call her ma'am, not your majesty. And if she stops on the line and talks to you, talk to her.
Otherwise,
shut up.
Otherwise, shut up. Mark Phillips joins us now from Buckingham Palace. Mark, good morning again. I know the Queen was a lover of the arts, but she also appeared in many, many shows and movies and didn't always have control over the narrative. I can't imagine she loved every bit of it. Good morning.
Good morning. I'd call her more of a patron of the arts more than a lover of the arts. There's a certain irony in connection with the Queen and the whole cultural history, 70 years of which passed while she was on the throne here, and that is that almost none of it seemed to actually touch her. The swinging 60s, rock and roll, punk, everything that's happened since. She acknowledged it. She would appear at variety performances, pop cultural performances and that kind of thing. She was the patron of national theater groups and that kind of thing. But we never knew just what sort of music she liked, just what sort of art she liked. That really wasn't part of the public persona of her, and it may have been for a reason. It may have been because she didn't want to show a preference for one type or the other. When Paul McCartney talks about the Beatles, the book is out as to how many lyrics she could have repeated of Beatles songs even in their heyday here. But it was part of her general persona, as I say, that she encouraged the production of British culture. She recognized the role, the soft power, if you will, of British culture as it was exported to the world, just as she recognized her own soft power in terms of the kind of influence that she could have.
A lot of activity going on behind you, Mark.
The mallets and the rubber spikes have come out. I think they're putting a tent up.
That something is happening. But it was interesting, Mark, even Mick Jagger tweeted about the Queen. Even he weighed in talking about the Queen. I love that.
Yeah, but everybody loved her from all walks of life, all walks of culture. It's still a work in progress here, as you can see. But there's some question as to how much of it she actually partook in. It was, I think, 2 Jubilees ago when Brian May of Queen played "God Save the Queen" from the ramparts of the palace and what have you. And I think there's a funny Paul McCartney story about that too, when she thanked them for coming and he said, "Well, great, we'll be back next year," and she said, "No."
Mark Phillips, I love your red glasses.
The legacy lasts forever. I love him as well. Mark, thank you very much. Up